What's going on, man? There's a lot of people here already. Happy Monday. Hope everybody's doing good. Crazy things. I was planning to have this live stream sooner. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, I am _Beowulf. I was out riding the GP and then saw Bubbles, the elephant from Myrtle Beach Safari. If you haven't seen the TV show Tiger King, Doc Channel was out there. An elephant in the intercoastal waterway. It was epic. I was blasting down. The sun was glaring my eyes. So I was like holding this. And then all of a sudden I see something huge. I'm like, what the heck is that? And I knew that's where the elephant is. I have never seen it. So let's get some more people in here. I'll tell you, I know a lot about what's going on with the new 2021 RXP X. Some people think they know what they're talking about. I know facts. I know facts. There's Frankie. What's up, man? Yeah, no, so today has been just a crazy day. Like I was telling people, if you didn't see my Instagram stories, saw an elephant, Bubbles. That was epic. Also, too, it was really cool. I saw a couple subscribers. Right after I was at the boat ramp, I hear people yelling, Beowulf, Beowulf. I'm looking around like, what? I'm right here. And I was right before I launched. It was cool meeting people. All right, people on one other facts. Well, we're the first minute in, and I got to spill the whole thing. And this is a live stream, so I want to get more people in here, and we'll start all talking about it. First, while we're getting people in here, everybody shout out what state they're from or country. I like to see, and also too, state what brand of jet ski you have. Either say I don't have one. Say you got to, state what you got. You got Kawasaki, Sea Doo, Yamaha, Polaris, Honda. Let's hear it. I want to hear all that stuff. What state, country you're from, what make jet ski, or you could say model. And then we'll get more people in here and we'll get this thing rolling. Because I know when I've done news about the Yamaha, man, it's just flooded with people on this. See some more of these CD people. Let's see what we got. People go. Justin said, no, there is a new ski coming out. Only one new ski is coming out. Trust me. Nope. No new haul. You've already seen a sneak peek of it in 2020. See, Reese says, I'm from Alabama. I have a Wave Runner, a Polaris four-wheeler, but I am selling those to get a Sea Doo RXP X. So you got Frankie said he's Kawasaki. Let's go. RTH is Brazil. Sea Doo RXT-X 2020. Cool. Paul, Minnesota Sea Doo's Tricks and RXT-X. Looking for a Yamaha GPR 1800 next summer. Yeah, definitely. Paul, if you're, I wouldn't wait till summer because I guarantee you, if you saw what happened in 2020, every dealer was basically sold out. And get on the ball of figuring something out, because if you wait too late, your chance of getting one could be really slim. Actually, I'm really worried, not the off subject about that. Well, this relates with Sea Doo. The big thing with COVID, all the Sea Doos are built in Mexico. If something gets worse, like a second wave, the chance of stuff getting into the country can be really slim. The same is with Yamaha. Something happens in Japan, where a lot of the parts come from, and then when they're manufactured in Georgia, what you see in Georgia has in more cases, could really make a difference of what's going on with everything. So Patrick said, called around a few dealers for a 2021 GP. Call Amir, Riva Motorsports. They'll hook you up. I'm telling you, Riva, if you watch my last video, there's no dealer. If you want to buy and get cutting edge of stuff, they already got stuff working on parts. There's nobody else doing that. The same too is like but you probably have already seen it. Let's see. I saved earlier. I mean, the off subject. I'll show you this because I was out riding and I was emailing with Jettrim. So like that's already the tray that they designed for the new Super Jet. And it's crazy. One company already has a wrap for it that's Yamaha sent, and they got the tray already. It's unbelievable. Let's see. Jersey Boy said New Jersey RXP X, RXT-X 300 Sea Doo Life. Zach said deposit down for a 2020 GP 1800R ready for November and heading south. Trish said, yo, what's up, Wolf? What's going on, brother? Mraz says Tampa, Florida, Sea Doo RXT 230 and RXT 300. Paul said had that with the RXT-X just bought in July. I'll be on the list December, January ASAP. Finding one this summer was crazy. Bait's on here, man. I was waiting for Bait. Bait's usually the first person on here. And man, he's late to the party. Make sure you hit the like button too. If you are some internet troll or just don't like the videos, man, move on, because we're trying to be positive here. This is a positive channel. It's stating facts. Sometimes the facts hurt, but man, this is no, you know, I try to make your guys' day better, not make it worse. So I'd like to have the respect back too. I'll give you the respect too. So. Bait donated $1.99 super chat. Thanks a lot, Bait. I greatly appreciate it. Christian says Yamaha or Sea Doo looking to buy now. So we're in 6 minutes, so we'll get into the whole thing. Well, actually, also to shoot Ragna, my Doberman picture. She just got the stitches out of her ears today, and in a couple of days we're taping the ears, which I'm so excited. And then wait, let me show you guys something else because I'm real excited. So if you've seen my last live stream, my trailer, the bunk, I couldn't get the bolt out, and luckily a local auto parts store got the bolt out. It just slid right up, but they had to use some specialty tools. But look, we got the bunks all on there. It's all back to normal. Plus two, if you haven't seen, if you've seen the Instagram stories, you know I just installed the Jettrim ankle mats. Oh my God, it was a dream to drive. And then we got the 2020 logos on here, looking awesome. And then I got a custom Beowulf logo. You guys are going to trip once you see that. It's going to be right down in there. That's going to be coming in the next couple of days. So I kind of did like, oh no, actually last night's video showed that. I kind of jumped. I'm weeks out on videos and I jumped ahead of a video. So, yeah, Patrick says he's donating for the new Ram fund. Yeah, today, off subject, they announced the 2021 Ram TRX. So it's they're like compete with the Raptor, but it has a Hellcat engine in it, and it just got announced today. I put on my Instagram stories. Wow, it's really cool. The only thing I'm not a big fan of that. After leasing a Hellcat, I'm not a big fan of the engine anymore. I mean, it'd be fun to lease one of those TRXs, but to be honest, anything with the Hellcat engine, owning it would not be too intelligent. That's just, yeah, I've done videos talking about that. And then Bates said to show says, he donates. Bates says I donate every time to show my respect for him taking the time to do the live streams. Rep. Thanks a lot, brother. Appreciate it. All right, so maybe I shouldn't give out who's been telling me stuff because I don't want anybody getting in trouble. I don't want anybody getting fired or anybody of that. So what I was go figuring, I got facts of what's going on. So a lot of people have been posting, which is not true, that they've been getting 2021 Sea Doos, and all it is dealers making up stuff. There's no 2021 Sea Doos anywhere, and people, it's all it is leftover 2020s that got shipped out. Kenny, what's up, bro? Christian said, oh, hang on. Christian says, ankle mat questions that to secure yourself to the jet ski a little bit more. It is hard texture or soft. It's basically like the tray you would put in the stand-up, like the SXR. Unbelievable grip, if you guys want to know that. I mean, I couldn't even move. So basically, it's like, let's say this is your ankle, right? Well, you get right up in there. You're not moving forward or back. Your feet are like stationary. It is, and it's not like you could get them out. Unbelievable. Once you guys see this video in like a week or two of me ripping around, it's probably the fastest I've been turning with the GP 1800R. I by far tell you the setup of the GP 1800R is the fastest sit down jet ski I've ever ridden. This is a funny thing. Yeah, check it, Bates comment. I don't want to repeat those people's names, but yeah, that's right. They've never live streamed. Because wait, you see a live stream and see they don't even own a jet ski. Huh. Kenny, I said hi to you, man. I said, what's up? Yeah, no. So this ain't, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, I kind of show that I didn't make a video with doing it because it is really, really complicated to install it, and you have to sand off your paint and you have to mark it all up. It's one thing when you do the tray because you got an idea. I didn't want anybody screwing up their ski, so basically it's like I know how to do it, but I don't want. It's really hard. Like you'd have to have somebody who knows what they're doing. So that's why I didn't make a video with that. I just kind of show stuff on Instagram doing that, which it could not even probably be on there anymore because it's past. So yeah, I don't even think it would be on there because I've already had it up. It's been already over 24 hours. But anyways, maybe I'll do a video showing all about that. How you install it, but Patrick said, do you think it's worth to drive to Riva down in Florida? Totally. If you want to be like, they're going to get the most. If you watch my last video, they had a clip. So if you look their event, they had Yamaha came in with a black GP 1800R, and he watched the video. They got a blue one, and the blue one never was even outside. That means it's an R&D ski, and they're already working on stuff. They're already working on stuff on the Superjet too. It's I don't know how much they want me to be telling, but David with Riva Racing is like, he told me as soon as the Superjet comes out, there's gonna be tons of parts. You saw the video last night. It's stated facts. They're coming out with a bunch of stuff. Man, I'm so excited. I got a bunch of people. They like my GP so much how it is. They don't want me to sell it. So I really want to get in the new one and do some really custom stuff to it off the bat. So anyways, let's get talking about Sea Doo. So basically what's going on is they're, like I was saying with their plant, they've been open and closed. So what I know for sure, they are not shipping any Sea Doos into the United States until the first of the year. So obviously Yamaha will be the first to hit in 2020 for you guys to buy. The only thing that's going to be changing of a new ski is the 2021 RXP X 300. I don't know colors. All I know is nothing else is changing. And if you've seen the thumbnail, it's not going to be a completely different haul. If you guys aren't aware, Sea Doo has gone all to Polytech, means plastic, if you want to be not a scientist. So basically, when you guys saw the new 2020 GTR, you guys already know what it is. To think that they're going to have a whole different haul is not happening. It'd be like saying the RXT-X is a different haul than the rest of them. They're sharing it with the Fish Pro, the RXT, the GTX. They're all running the same haul. And that's just how Sea Doo works with stuff. They had, if you look at the previous GTR X, like if you look at 2020, the GTR from the previous year was the same haul as the RXP X. Then all of a sudden the new GTR comes out. It's a different haul. It's similar to while they've done the setup on the RXT-X, which I don't like that whole deck, how you have to remove stuff. That was probably the one thing I hated the most about my RXT-X was removing that deck with maintenance. It's just super time consuming. If you're gone riding in the ocean, you want to spray in there, it just, everything takes time to do that. And then you got to clean all up in there because the water builds up and stuff. And so we basically, technically, they leaked it without anybody realizing it. And you're going to get an idea of how it's going to be with that. It's probably going to look very similar because when you take the GTRX and then the RXP-X, previous generation ones, which I owned both in 2018, I had the green and I had the yellow. Pretty much exterior wise, what was the biggest difference was one had adjustable sponsons and the other one had different, just fixed sponsons. And then we're talking the engine and stuff like that. So obviously they're going to probably for sure be sticking a 300 engine in there. And that was what leaked to me that there is the only new model that's different is the RXP-X. And the same as like when I said in past videos, when I went to the New York boat show, when I was there, They had every ski on display except for the RXP X. I remember asking a bunch of people, I'm like, oh, you guys had the RXP X. They said they want to have only the Polytech hulls on display because they didn't really want to be people getting used to the last remaining. It was the last ski in 2020 that had a fiberglass hull was the RXP X. Not anymore. That's partly why I sold my RXP X, knowing that that was going to happen. But to be honest, I think the best year to buy an RXP X was 2018. They had more issues when they got into 2019 and above. Who knows what's going on? I think they're going to be really rushed to get anything happen. I told you I've read the Fortune 500 magazine with the owner of BRP. They've been talking on the plant's been shut down, that they're trying to catch up, and they're basically catching up until the first of the year, meaning that is when the skis will be shipping. It's going to be straight catch up with doing that kind of stuff. I think basically in less than a month, they're going to have their official release showing what it's going to be. But also, too, I think they want to have enough time because of knowing it's not happening real quick. I mean, you look at basically when the new Yamahas will be out, like the GP Superjet, 9 to 10 weeks from now. Very quick. It seems long, but really the reality, it's going to happen really quick. And I think it's going to be a nice ski. Would I buy one? Probably not. Would I want to do some videos with doing one? 100%. But I figure we're doing this video as a half the Sea Doo owners to know. I got the I Am Beowulf merch on showing. I came out with the stuff on. Yeah. But I thought it was really interesting is that there's been a lot of rumors. It's like the same thing with the Superjet. It's been rumors for years that there was a new 4-stroke Superjet. And to the tail end, Yamaha was still denying it. It was funny because my manager was on the phone with Yamaha and saying, oh, we'd like to get some more info about the new Superjet. And the person marketing with Yamaha was like, what are you talking about? What new Superjet? I mean, come on. We already had photos of it, and they were still trying to deny it. It was kind of funny. But I'm excited. Yeah, basically, I love Beowulf's excitement. To me, I want this channel to be, it doesn't matter. It's not all Yamaha. It's not all Kawasaki. And it's not all Sea Doo. I'm in between on everything. Nothing's perfect. But if there was an issue with the Yamaha, I do a bunch of videos about it. If there was issues about the Kawasaki, I do a bunch of videos about it. If there was videos about issues with the Sea Doos, I definitely be doing about it. So I'm not going out and like just going after one brand and be like, oh, because I just want everybody, when you're making a purchase, this is a big deal. And maybe to some people, money's not a problem, but there's a lot of people that they work really hard and they want to make sure they buy the right thing. And I'm excited to see the photos of what is going on with that. But basically, in the thumbnail, you got an idea what it's going to look like. There's no fake news. It's facts, and you'll see once they officially announce it. You guys will all be like, Beowulf, you knew it. You knew what's going on. But I can guarantee you, new 2021, new RXP X coming out. I guarantee it. So you should be calling your dealers trying to figure out if that's something you're into getting. But right now we got, we're basically Yamaha is first to be shown what's going on. We have Kawasaki still waiting, and Sea Doo, I know for sure what's going on. If you guys don't want to believe me, it's your problem, not mine. I'm nice to have a video and share about stuff I've been told. So, Joe asked, let me check some of these comments people had. Joe, how is the GP 1800 hull compared to the RXP hull in rough and as well as slalom? Again, it all matters what you're doing into it. You're comparing, like, for example, if you want to compare stock, the RXP X had adjustable sponsons. Changing that will make a difference by having a grippy seat. And I'll tell you right now, with the Jettrim ankle mats and the real grippy seat, the GP 1800R is by far the best thing. It all matters, what you do to it is how it's all going to be handling wise. To say stock to stock, nobody's going to keep ski stock. So I think that's a bad comparison. Marissa, bro, but the RXP-X should have a better seat and a sharper hull. If you look at the GTR-X, I owned one, and I rode the first one I owned was a GTR-X. It's the same ski, except for one has adjustable sponsons, the identical seat, just a different color, and it had the 300 engine, and I think what was that one had the 230 or 260 or whatever it was. I mean, I own both, so I mean, it's the exact same ski. Everything was like pretty much identical as it. So it's like to be saying the RXT-X is a whole different shaped hull. It's not true. Yeah, I went on there and saw what Kawasaki released on their. I went on the site and they only show 2 skis. They haven't released everything. And then to be honest too, just for you to know, and this is from Amir with Riva Motorsports. He told me sitting on the new GP 1800R seems a lot similar to how the RXP-X sitting on it. Because a lot of stuff is different on the new GP. So when you got somebody telling you that they sat on it and it seems a lot similar, and everybody who's ever been on an RXP-X, you'll know how the seat feels. If somebody says that's what it feels like, that got me really, really intrigued. Let me scroll up to all these comments. You know, a lot of people saying stuff. Oop. Oh man, I hate this little pad on this thing. Justin, it is not. He says he has a 2020 Fish Pro and the hull is fiberglass. It's Polytech, brother. Trust me. If I don't even want to argue about that, it's Polytech. I mean, it is not fiberglass. That is why in 2018, in 2019, the hull is different than a 2020. If you watch the video, they said on the whole models that share the RXT hulls, like the Fish Pro and the GTX and all, they made the hull thicker because they were prone to having cracking. I know, I've seen, like I've rode with a bunch of people all own this, and maybe the thing is what people don't realize, a lot of people are scared to say what's going on. Like there was this people I rode with from New York, New Jersey, and then 2 years ago. That's the first year I got the 2018 RXT-X. This guy's hull was so cracked. He wanted to use, what's that stuff you see the commercial and they have like a boat and they have a screen in it. Oh, what's that stuff called? Somebody comment at the bottom, whatever that stuff is. You have a leak and he's like, he stuck that on the hull because I think it was leaking. And he thought like some dealer was going to fix that real quick. And I'm like, bro, man, you start putting stuff like that on there. There is no warranty on that. It's Polytech. If you think it's fiberglass, trust me, just because some sheep might say do you think it's fiberglass? It's not. There's parts in it that are fiberglass, but the whole thing's Polytech. Trust me. To argue with that, you're going to make yourself sound silly, brother. RXP 255, what about the new Turbo Spark? All I heard is there's only one new ski coming out with Sea Doo. Qualis said, hey, I saw you today on the water with your Yamaha GP and you were the kid, we were the kids calling you. Yeah, I heard somebody, I was out there. I heard people I said when I took photos with when I was at the boat ramp. And then I was out there and like, I swear I heard Beowulf, but the hard thing is like when you're out there, I don't even know where it's coming from. And I heard people yelling Beowulf and I couldn't tell where it was. And I did see your message on Instagram that you said you did see me. So what is going on? Like I said, Sodi, only one new ski is coming out, and it's the RXP-X, meaning they discontinued the previous hull of the RXP-X. Trust me, if you don't believe me, the hulls are made of Polytech, man. You'll sound silly. They did a whole video talking about that. It's even when, okay, if you, I just said that I'm at the New York Boat Show. Those were representatives of Sea Doo. And I said, why is the RXP-X not there? And they said they did not want to have the fiberglass. It's the only fiberglass hull, and the rest are Polytech. Like, are you going to believe like something you see on the internet, or when people who their job is with corporate Sea Doo? I mean, seriously, this is the stuff that like drives me crazy with Sea Doo owners. Like, you try to be nice to give advice, and then people act like they know it all, and it just drives me like it is why I'm glad I don't own a Sea Doo anymore. It is just like the people in other brands like Kawasaki, Yamaha, no offense, they're not trying to argue about stuff. I'm telling you what like people with corporate Sea Doo say. And you're gonna like I'm not making stuff up. I mean, it's their job to know when they're talking to people what to say. And it's like, I can't believe how people are in denial of what their hull is made out of. They can't understand that they have a Polytech hull. It's plastic. That's why new things they're doing with the Sea Doos, it's really hard with painting, repairing it. They don't even use gel coat anymore. I mean, I don't even know what there is to argue about that, bro. Seriously. Yeah, there it is, that flex tape. That's why I tell you, this guy put flex tape on. So what he was doing, this is why my big thing with these poly hulls, you got to be careful jumping them. So this guy was getting mad air, like just crazy. He's bragging, oh yeah, I'm so high. You go look at the back of his hull because the bottom would smack down. Huge cracks. And he was putting that flex tape all over it. And then he was like, oh, you think I go by the dealer tomorrow? They could fix the whole hull up and stuff. I'm like, they don't even, the thing is, if you're down in Florida, I guarantee you all these like boats and jet ski places have hull repair places. But like up here, there's nobody in South Carolina that does that. Actually, when I repaired my RXP hull myself, I know how to do fiberglass repair. And trust me, the new ones, they're not fiberglass, man. That is why, look at how they're designed. They're Polytech. I try to be nice and not be negative about Sea Doo. And you guys, some people like to put me in the corner to like, I try to be really like real biased and being nice. And people, you know, you push the buttons and it's not cool, man. Joe said, I heard the RXP hull is better in the rough than RXT hull. Yes. So if you watch my videos before, the RXT-X would bounce. Like, I hated it. You hit a wave, it felt really bouncy in it because it was so long. The RXP-X is a little bit shorter. The thing would sometimes either go straight through a wave. It matters how you approached it. It was a lot different. I personally thought the GP and really rough ocean water, the GP and the RXP-X were the best in it. I didn't like riding the RXT-X in the ocean. I hated it. It felt really bouncy. Also, too, if you guys haven't shopped around, so when I got rid of my RXT-X and bought the GP, my insurance drastically dropped by owning a Yamaha than a Sea Doo. It's crazy. My Sea Doo was, out of all my skis, the most expensive on insurance, both of them. The GP was a lot cheaper. And I asked an insurance company why that is, and they said because of having issues with them sinking is why the insurance was more money on it. Also, too, when you get a ski and they claim, you know, like, for example, people all want to get the fastest horsepower, right? Well, the more horsepower, that's another thing that cranks up your insurance up higher, too. Most people don't think about that. Bates said, the other day I hit a 6-inch wave going 25 miles per hour with the feet towards the front of the ski and dislocated my ankle. This is the second some BS happened to me. First, it was the sandbar that left 10-inch scar on my chest. That's not cool. Bate, what kind of ski do you drive? Let's see. Eddie says, hello from Vancouver, Canada. What's up? I can't say his name. I will call him E because I don't want to pronounce it wrong. And said, I hope I said that right. If I didn't, I tried. He said, just put a deposit for the GP 1800R SVHO. Can't wait to get that damn thing. Another person says, Flex Seal. RXP asked, what's the fastest ski you've ever owned? I'd have to say my GP. Once you guys see this next video, this thing is just ripping in the ocean or in the intercoastal. And I wasn't even moving. Like the seat's real grippy and my feet, usually my feet move around somewhat in there. I was like locked in. Even when you jump waves with it, I'm like, holy cow. Usually I kind of get moved a little bit. Extreme. I actually was like, oh, I got to be a little careful. I might like, I was carrying like too much speed. Let's see. Let me scroll down. Merez, you're wrong with that because it's exactly shaped the same. I had both. You guys all think they're making like all these different halter stuff. I'm telling you, I own both. They're identical at the bottom. It is. You think there's some different, something's different. It's not. Why do all the Sea-Doo people want to argue? It just doesn't even make any sense. Like everybody wants to act like, I am the expert of the Sea-Doos. You are wrong. You are wrong. I'm telling you, I own both. 2018, I spent way too much money on Sea-Doos. Like, who the heck buys 3 jet skis all within like 2-3 months? I mean, it was just like a joke. I do say that the RXP X was better than the GTRX. You could tell the difference. I really, actually, to be honest, when I first got both, I preferred riding the GTRX over the RXT-X because I just loved how it handled. I mean, the only thing was like, oh, it's kind of cool having music. And then all of a sudden I get the RXP X after trading into the GTRX. I'm like, holy cow, that thing was like, I remember if you watched the first video of me riding it, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, I'm trimmed down, I'm going right underwater. It was handling wise, if you want to compare the RXT-X and RXP-X, RXP-X is the best handling. It can do stuff that the RXT-X can be just dreaming about. Matthew says, you don't bounce, you cut through it. Watch all the videos. I got so many RXT-X videos. There's a playlist. Watch them. It bounces in the ocean. I remember there was a bunch of us, we went riding, and I was way ahead of everybody. Like, I just left everybody on the ocean. And at that time, I wish I was actually more in the RXP-X because it bounced. It is not, like, trust me, it bounces in the ocean. It does not cut through the ocean. Like, to be honest, if it was me, my opinion, and you're going to ocean, and a lot of people are going to probably dislike this, I would not be in a Sea-Doo going out in the open ocean. I have to laugh if nobody thinks about this, and it's not hating. This is stating facts. When you have a carbon seal go bad, like let's say you had a Fish Pro, right? This is going to make a lot of, and I'm just stating facts because I don't want to see this happen to somebody. So you're going out there fishing, let's say any ski, right? I seen a video where Sea-Doo started sinking, the guy was fishing. So you're out fishing, you don't got a lot to you to what a shark is, right? Let's say your carbon seal went out, and here you've been touching fish, you got fish in the back, and you sunk and you're in the water, and you're somewhere where there's sharks, you're going to put yourself in so much danger. It's not even funny. Let me show you. I got myself prepared for this because I knew as soon as I do a Sea-Doo video, everybody's going to complain. So I already had myself all pre-planned for this. Wait. So let's say you're in a Fish Pro. This isn't a Fish Pro. Well, let's just say this was your Fish Pro and you didn't have your buddy with you and you're in the ocean and you're stuck like this and there's sharks around you. You couldn't even get out of the water. I see that. I wouldn't even want to be out where I'm at being stuck like this. If you guys haven't seen my last video with the RXP X, an alligator, I'm riding around. I knew it's an area where the big gator lurks. I come cutting through where I'm putting the nose way underwater. And honestly, I thought I was riding a bull, like a bucking bull. And I almost went flying up, and I'm yelling with the GoPro mic going, whoa. And then I didn't know what happened because I've never felt that ever in a ski like that. And I go frame by frame, and it was a gator that I must have just he was underwater. And I just ended up being next to him. And like me and the gator, either the gator hit me or like, I don't know what. There was a lot of force that like literally almost knocked me off. I've been tapped by sharks in the ocean, and I've never had something where I thought I was going to go flying off the ski. I mean, I'm yelling with something in my mouth, like, whoa. Oh man, I'll show you guys a frame of that. It's pretty wild. So let me get this unfocused. It is, well, I have it on my Instagram. This won't even work showing you guys what this is. I got the frame of it, but it's this isn't gonna be focused enough to show you. All right, well, it's on my Instagram if you haven't seen it. See, I think there was one other thing I wanted to share too. Yeah, look at that. That was on my Instagram. Check that out. I was out there riding today, and look at it. An elephant was in the intercoastal. That was so cool. Yeah, basically he'll go full Viking. Let's see, RST speed, Yamaha all the way. I didn't want this to be whose brand is better, but I mean, these people, I mean, some people just want to argue. I ride, yeah, I thought bases, I ride a Yamaha VXC. I thought you said you had a GP 1800R HL before. Tasso says, buy a 2020 Superjet. Are you getting the new SJ Beowulf? Yeah, I got the deposit on the new 2021 Superjet and the 2021 GP 1800R. Stock, the SRT is the FX, SVHO, and the GP 1800 the same as far as speed, or is one faster than the other? Stock, they're about the same. Once you start modifying, the GP is faster. You can check on rivaracing.com, and they got all their packages breaking down of what you should be getting. And you can tell certain mods, one might need more than the other, but then it shows the difference in speed. And even when you run a stage 1 or stage 2, off the top of my head, I know the GP 1800R is faster. Oh my God, this Justin, man, you are like delusional. He goes, this is, I just have to laugh about this. He goes, Sea Doo fixed the carbon seal problem in the 2020 model. Fake news, bro, man. You sound like you're like a rep from Sea Doo talking like that. All right. Well, all right. I got this stuff all planned out. Let me scroll through past stuff. So I'll show you some 2020 Sea Doo 300 engines of issues with, let's see. I found all the things that what people say. Let me gotta scroll up because this is probably a little bit older one to show. But if people want to argue, I got the evidence to show. Well, we'll show you here. Oh, here's an RXT-X. What ski cracks the hull where your feet go? That seems kind of weird. How does that happen? And you're gonna tell me it's not Polytech? I got the evidence, bro. I can pull it all up. I got it all on my phone. To say that there's no 2020 Sea Doos that they fixed the carbon seal, it's the same carbon seal. To actually be honest, they went with a cheap. I talked to any dealer. Maybe when you go to a dealer, they won't tell you the truth. But local dealers, the mechanics, they'll tell me everything coming in there. They said the new carbon steel that's manufactured they use is made cheaper, and the mechanics have called corporate complaining about that. And if they go bad, if you see all these people, some people hardly have any hours, and some people have had to replace it like 5 or 6 times. I mean, to say that 2020 has nothing, it's the same. What do you think? They changed a whole different one for 2020? That just sounds, I'm not going to believe anything you say, man. You're telling false things. False things coming from this, Justin. Let me find this. Where's this photo? There's so much stuff. Let's see. Scroll up. Where is this one? I'll show you 2020 300 where it's bone stock, and I'll show you the Supercharger. Oh, where is this photo? I've said in the past I need to have like folders for all this stuff. The Supercharger like exploded. I mean, it's silly. I don't like to make these videos like this, but it's just these people like I try to be real positive about a new CD coming out, and then people just want to argue, and I think it's just funny. It's not my problem. I don't even own a CD, so like literally, I'm not losing sleep about that tonight. I'd just be nice giving content for CD owners, but if they just want to argue, man, I won't do CD content anymore. Man, we'll just state the best brands out there. Oh man, where is this photo? That's hilarious. Let's see, I'm catching up to it. It's so silly to show that to people too. But where is it? Oh, here we go. I found it. All right, here's a bone stock Sea Doo 300. Man, I'm glad the owner didn't get hurt with the scrap metal coming out. It could have gone to the seat, really injured the person. But he sent me multiple people that had the same issue. Bone stock, 2020. Yeah, let me show it again, just for everybody just doesn't get that etched to your mind. Look at that image. Look at it. Look at what I show you. Oh, man. Let's go. Here we go. Michael says, any other Cowie riders in the chat? I know Frankie's here. Kevin says, oh man, I gotta catch up. I show stuff and then I gotta catch up. Where is that? I think it's Kevin said, oh man, scroll up to where Kevin said. Kevin said, what's up, man? What's up, brother? Junior says, I like the Kawasaki Green 310R. I think it's a really nice ski. Christian said, Myrtle Beach Safari. They were on Tiger King. Dr. Anno, yep. I was out there. I told you guys in past videos, like I go out there, the elephants out there, and I just timed it right. I go there all the time, and I was thinking to myself before that, I'm like, oh man, it'd be cool to finally see this elephant. And I'm riding back, sun's in my eyes. So I like had my hand like over my goggles so I could see, so I make sure I don't hit anything. I see this big thing coming out of the water. I'm like, what the heck is this? And I'm just ripping down the water. And all of a sudden, there's the elephant, Bubbles, and I'm like, oh my God, I felt bad because I wouldn't have been approaching there. People on the water. I mean, I don't want anybody to get hurt. Oh, it was so cool. It was epic. It's on my Instagram stories, and it will be in the YouTube video. I was thinking, like, what is this title of this video going to be? And all of a sudden, an elephant? How awesome. How many people could say that? They go riding, there's an elephant in the water. And we're in the United States. How wild. Now, if I live somewhere like where the elephants exist in the wild, I'd be like, oh yeah, it happens. But here, big deal. Big deal. Jeff says, love your videos, by the way. Thanks a lot, brother. Appreciate it. Scuba says, I either hit a stump or bumped a gator a few weeks ago. Pretty sure it was a top of a stump. Yeah, I was more in like close, not close to shore. I don't ride close to shore because you never know what's in there. But it's crazy. This happened like right near an RV park where I've seen a gator there multiple times. It's probably the third time this year I've seen this gator there. And yeah, it was in the video. I was joking around it. I'm like, I probably woke up the gator, and then like for sure here he was. See what gators do. They're not like, especially up here in South Carolina, the hunting season starts next month. And gators up here, they're not like probably in Florida, you see so many because there's just that many. Obviously, we don't have as much as Florida. But here in South Carolina, how a gator works, they don't waste all their energy moving all around. They sit in one spot and wait for something to come to them. Similar like how an alligator snapping turtle works. They're not moving all around. They sit there and wait for something to come. So basically, the gator was sitting there, and I just timed it right, coming right to where he was, and he was not feeling that. It was pretty crazy because I like when it happened, I was in total shock. Actually, if you watch the video, I looked back going because I was just like, what the heck just happened? And once I edited the video, I'm like, oh my gosh, there frame by frame, and you could actually see part of the gator. I was like, holy cow, that totally makes sense. And it's kind of crazy because you go take the stand up out there, it's like, I'm not going to be riding that little area anymore because it's for sure the gator stays there all the time. Bates said, I said I was going to buy a 2020 GP 1800 HO, but I said if couldn't find one, I got a basis ski for now. I'm probably going to get a new GP 1800 or something that is 2020, basically whatever I can. Cool, man. Maddie says, I saw you driving a 501 light the other day. I waved from the passenger side of the minivan. Love the vids. Thanks a lot. If I'm in the car, I got super tinted windows, and I don't see nothing. If it's at night, I definitely don't see nothing. If it's during the day, it'd be really hard for me to see. See. Junior says, I just emailed Sea-Doo, and when will they upgrade the carbon seal? Don't hold your breath on that one, man. I feel bad. It's like, seriously, I'll buy another Sea-Doo once they get rid of the carbon seal. Once the carbon seal is done and they just come up with something new and give it a year of it new being like that, I'll totally buy another Sea-Doo again. Till then, it's not happening. Tasso said, I'll never, ever buy a Sea-Doo. Caleb said, I'm back. Sorry, I missed the last live. Sup, Beowulf Nation. What's going on, brother? Scuba asks, I've never been to that lake. I want to try some of these lakes in the area sometime soon. This Justin, man, you are just like making up stuff. We're not going to have fake news happening in here. Norman said, as far as carbon seal goes, if your motor is aligned, there is no problem. That's a good question. So what happens is how a carbon seal works. So when you're in the water, it's cooling it when it's spinning with the shaft. Now, when you take it out of the water, everybody thinks they have to flush it. Well, you got to remember, you're closed loop cooling, you're not open loop cooling. So the only thing you're flushing water through is your exhaust. If it's supercharged, your intercooler. Kind of pointless to be flushing out of the water, period, unless you're in the salt water. And even that, you got to be real careful with this. I would suggest, in my opinion, that's what I did with my ski, is I would go somewhere and ride around a little bit in fresh water, so you don't have to be doing any of that. But when you have it running out of the water, I laugh every time I see these videos, people with their exhaust and they got their skis running, they're revving them, want to see fire and stuff, and they're just toasting. the carbon seals by doing that. I just laugh every time I see that. It's the only thing I think of. I don't even think how cool it sounds. I'm just thinking, wow, man, your toes in that carbon seal real quick. And yeah, that's basically what happens. So when you have it out of the water, it's not being cooled, and that's another way to fry that thing super fast. And I see all the photos, man. You go on any of these Facebook pages, and you see all these people where they got the carbon seal dust all in there, and they're like, "Is this normal? What's going on?" And you know, it's to think that there's nothing changed with the carbon seal, man. It's not 1 year is different. They're all the same, and actually, they gone with cheaper parts with that. But that's facts. Junior says, I don't believe the Sea Doo with the blown supercharger is bone stock. It's bone stock, brother. Bone stock. The guy actually didn't have that many hours on it. Bone stock. Ben says, I just got a new RXP and the steering cable wasn't aligned, so I couldn't steer correctly. There's a big issue, too, with those, is if you watch past videos with both my Sea Doos, it never went straight. It was a lot of things happening. And the mechanics at some of these local dealers says that's what everybody comes in there complaining about, too. It's kind of a normal thing. Basically, here's another fact. Thanks, Babe, for commenting. Have you ever seen that all the Sea Doos that have been blown up lately, like legit blown up and sending riders flying? And there's definitely, I've seen another person who bought, you know, they had with a lot of the 300s with the bolts coming loose on the intake rates stock. There was somebody I know that bought one, went flowing forward. The guy got actually really hurt, and he was like thinking to blame all about the manufacturer. And the reality is what I told him. When it comes out of the crate, that's something a dealer should be checking. You should be checking. Again, I tell people is if you're not automotive knowledge, then don't mess with stuff. Leave it to people that are. But if you do know stuff, that's just things to be just checking common maintenance. Like every time going riding, you check your oil level. Don't go out there with just guessing until something goes bad. If you have low oil, check it out. And that is kind of the same thing. And I told him you can't totally blame the manufacturer. You got to blame the dealer too, because they should have been checking at that stuff. What are you paying at the whole setup fee? It's to be checking that kind of stuff. But that's just my opinion. Sebastian said, just joined. Any news about the RXP 2021? Yes, so they're not going to be making the previous RXP X's fiberglass. They're going to be most likely using the new 2020 GTR hull is going to be the new RXP X. And then when you see it be announced, he'll say Beowulf new so. And the only new ski from multiple sources, the only new ski coming out with Sea Doo new is the RXP X, which I didn't even need somebody to tell me that. If you didn't think that was going to happen, I knew that was going to happen. Ben says, I love the ski, but I've seen so many people with the same problem. It's just like, and they come in here, and then some of these people that go through denial, either they have to be working for Sea Doo. I guarantee you that Sea Doo's watching this stuff. They know, like, oh man, Beowulf's talking about Sea Doo. We gotta, like, they wish they could shut me up. They're like, man, he does really good videos, but man, he just speaks the truth about us. And if the Yamaha was the same way, I'll tell you, I'd be all about Yamaha. I've already said in past videos. You want to know the biggest thing goes wrong with this awesome Kawasaki SXR 1500? The fuel pumps go bad. But if you own the shop manual, it'll show you at 25 hours, you got to replace the fuel filter. At 50 hours, you got to replace the whole fuel pump assembly. When you look at the basic breakdowns of what Kawasaki does show, even in the owner's manual or in the shop manual, they break down from what temperatures you're at, what oil you should be using, a lot of details where you can tell the testing was done big time before they released it to the public to see. Sea Doo likes to plug everything that they make that you should be running and not breaking down a lot of technical stuff. Actually, when you look at it, what the thing that upsets me the most with shop manuals, I have a factory shop manual with the GP. I got a factory shop manual with the Kawasaki. Now I got some silly disc thing that has the shop manual for the Sea Doo, and it's missing out half the stuff to show you how to do it. It's actually drives me a little crazy. I like to have the actual hard copy. It's a bunch of copies that you buy online, and it's missing a bunch of stuff. I remember times I've looked through it, and I'm like, okay, well, it's missing stuff. It's just what they show you. I had the one for the RXT-X and the one for the RXP X. Sean says, what do you think about the 2013 RXP 260 RS? I tell this people all the time, buy what you can afford. So if you see something you like, you really want, but it's super expensive, don't buy it. Buy what you can afford, but do your research on what it is. Like I told people before, when I was selling my RXP X, I told you guys it was the best one out there. The best year, the best everything. The people bought it, I told them the same thing. I would stay away from 2020 Sea Doos. They're rushing to get those out. They're going to be rushing for the new ones. But if that's what you want to buy, and at the end of the day, all that matters is what makes you happy. I was happy with my RXP X, but I knew new stuff was coming out, and I was ready to get into something totally different. I was kind of shocked, though. The GP, I was pretty shocked. I knew some things would change, and I knew the Super Jet was going to happen. The GP, some stuff caught me off guard of what was going on. What I was predicting, I do think those things were kind of rushed with that, because I personally think if you look at some of the lower models with the 2021 Yamahas, they got better color combos. I really think the new GP was slacking on color combos. I think it's wasn't all there. If you look at the Superjet, I totally understand, because I know people are going to do all this custom stuff like wraps and stuff. And if you've seen some of the ones, I'll show you guys this. You guys are pretty like, this is really cool. If people send me too, that's why I appreciate you. A lot of people DM me stuff on Instagram, stuff that I might not have seen or I did see, and I greatly appreciate that. Well, I'll show you guys one thing though. You guys will think this is pretty cool. So this is, let's see. This is what the setup of the GP. Oh, let's get it focused. Focus. 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 Oh, come on. This camera can't. The crazy thing is there we go. We got it. Oh. Yeah, so this is, I got the 2020 graphics on it. I'm telling you guys, this thing is, and I got this new Jettrim seat coming. It will match the color of the graphics. Woo! Man, just awesome. But I'll show you guys this thing. Let's see, where is this? Yeah, so this is crazy. So this is, oh wait, that doesn't help you guys. So this is the new Superjet, and it's wrapped, and it looks really cool. So this company got it first, and then, like I was showing earlier, that's Jettrim already came out with a tray for it. Really cool. Really cool. RS says you say RS said you say you just dropped a deposit for a 2021 GP. Do they give you a delivery schedule for the new models? Yes, I posted a video talking about it last night. I think multiple videos. It's November, possibly the Superjet. I might get in October. So I'm hoping I get both of them. I take my Triton Elite trailer and pick up both at the same time. That would be epic. Cool videos. They got a little, I don't want to say a pond, I want to say a lake. They got water in the back of their property. And I definitely want to be ripping. Nothing too crazy at first, because you got all this stuff needs breaking in. I don't think I need to take the GP out there, but definitely the Superjet. I want to maiden voyage be there at Riva Racing and Riva Motorsports. I think that would be pretty epic. Morez, man, I don't know what's going on, man. You just keep on saying the same thing over and over again. I don't know what's wrong with you. Junior said, did you sell the RXP X? Yeah, like at least a couple of weeks ago. At least 3 weeks ago. Carlos says, I have a friend that is looking for a ski. I pass on info that I have learned from you and others. I own a GP. What 2-3 upgrades would you recommend if you choose a seadoo? Well, it matters what you're doing. Definitely, I would put Well, again, it matters what one. If it's like a 300 engine, the scom's the best money. What's worth it? Oil catch can. I mean, it's if you're worried about the warranty, I wouldn't do a lot. But definitely, if you want to get something where you can easily pull out, and you're worried about the warranty, and it can be used with it, I would go with the scom. I would avoid anything where you're sending out your ECU, because when it comes up warranty stuff, you can't flash it back to stock. That's why before I've done a whole video saying how great the Maptuner X is through Riva Racing, is because you have control. And then if you have a bunch of buddies, you guys can all buy, one person buys the program or the Maptuner X, and everybody gets their own license, and then you guys can do whatever. There's a bunch of friends hanging out together. That's the cool thing. But again, it just matters if you're all about the warranty, then I'd be careful to go too crazy at stuff. That's just my opinion. Hey, what? Send me a message. Who said something? Trying to look through all these things. There's so much stuff in here. It's like I'm trying to catch up. I think I got this thing. Hang on a second. Oh, what was that command they said in here? YouTube told me something I have. Here we go. I think if I hold this down. I love this thing. It's so funny. That goes, Beowulf, I was on here yesterday, and I was just the questions you thought I was from corporate. I'm just a dude that doesn't know much. I tell you though, I guarantee you, corporate on a lot of these brands are coming in here checking out stuff. I know people have told me that are in the industry. Junior says, nice, I'm getting the black green line. Nice. That bait, you sent me a fake photo that was not, that ski was not real. Tristan, a bunch of people asking this. So all the 2021 Yamahas will be in dealers in November. The lower models will be in dealers in September, but not the FX or the GP or anything like that. That's, if somebody's telling you that, they're full of it. That's a cool question. Maverick asked, will you do a video on the new trailers? Definitely. Like I said, all my videos are 2 to 3 weeks out, except for last night video. I literally filmed it and like edited and uploaded it within an hour. That one was quick because I want to be on the, I was like, that didn't need to come out in a couple weeks. I need to be out real fast. So definitely got to do some videos with the trailers and whatnot soon and show you guys. It's crazy. Talk about that. There was somebody selling one of the trailers that got used, right? I got all 2021 Triton trailers The person's trying to sell it. I paid like the Triton Wave. I paid $1,000. Nothing more. Nothing more than $1,000 is what I paid. This person was trying to sell it for $1,000 and was used. And the person's like, well, it's only used a couple times. I'm like, it's not new. And the person said they wrecked their ski, and then they claimed that they paid $1,400 for the trailer, and they said they sell retails for $1,800. I'm like, that is the base trailer. Like, you're crazy. I said, if you're almost up to $2,000, you could buy a base model Triton LT dual trailer. Like, that is just great. That is, if you paid stuff like that, I said, you got taken advantage of. And I said, yeah, there's no way I'm going to pay more money for something used than when I bought brand new and it's a couple of years old. That is just, it blows my mind. And if anybody's interested in getting a really good deal on a Triton trailer, DM me and I'll put you in contact. Awesome dealer, best prices out there with Triton trailers. You see that and you see other people selling it. Like I said, I went to North Carolina to buy my trailer, and the South Carolina dealers, there's like 2 dealers in the state around me, and they're just like, you'd be crazy to spend what they're asking. It's not even close to, I remember when I was talking to corporate Triton about it, and they were shocked that people are doing it. And they're like, well, we have no control over it. I said, yeah, it's kind of crazy, because if people don't do their research, they wouldn't realize. They think they're getting a deal and they don't realize they're not. It's crazy. But definitely I'll do a video and show you guys. It's really nice trailers. I mean, I got the Triton LT trailer and a Triton Wave, and the Triton Wave was going to be for the Kawasaki SXR 1500. But now I was like, well, what am I going to do once I get the Superjet? And that's why I was looking at this Triton Wave, because I'm like, oh, if I could get it for a deal. And then the funniest thing, this person was selling for $1,000 used. I saw the person on Facebook Marketplace. Then most people drop the price. They up the price. Who does that, listing something? And the person's like, oh, I got all these people lined up. And then it's still listed. And then they increase the price. Like, you're crazy. When they told me it was $1,800, this is somebody, this is a private seller. This is a dealer. I said, you're crazy. That doesn't even make any sense. It's not even. I said, you obviously don't know what you're talking about. There's some stuff out there. I tell you, people want to act like they're experts, and it's unbelievable. It's just. All right, I'm jumping around. James said, thoughts on the 2021 GP auto trim. So you can pre-program it, and it's actually something that I really like. If you watch my videos, I gotta keep riding fast and be messing around to make sure I'm putting the trim exactly right. And when I said they had that as an option, I thought that's awesome, because usually when I want the thing to these like super nose dives where you're like submerging it underwater, you want the trim to go all the way down. The hard thing is to be jumping all around. To me, I think it's gonna be a nice feature. I've heard rumors that you could set it up in there, but maybe I'm wrong. The reality is I'm not seeing one in person to verify that. But if you watch the last video I posted, I really thought it was, and that was like key points when I was talking to Riva Racing and Riva Motorsports. And if you watch some of the stuff in the video that I used, there is in my last video, big key features. They say it's a new intake rate. They show the comparison of the previous generation to the new one. Big difference. And then they showed how the cover comes off, because I tried doing that one live stream to show you guys how this thing comes off. And a lot of people were getting really confused about that. And it's when they pull off the cover, it looks exactly like how mine looks with it popped off. So tons of room to work in there. Not a big deal. It looks like it's just a couple of bolts. Not the end of the world. Tristan asked, I already answered that question, when they're going to be released. Chip said, my dealer said December for the GP. Sean asked, it's called SCOM, not scam. Probably spell check, but check it all up. I don't really, stuff has changed. Go on Riva Racing, put in the year your ski is, and see what goodies they got listed in there. They got a lot to choose from. Yeah, so basically, it's funny. One dealer who was saying they're going to get back to me the day of the release just called me today, and I'm like, a week later, and I've already put a deposit down. He's late to the party, and they're like, we finally got pricing, and Riva knew all that, and like they already got units to be doing R&D. Some of these dealers are just. I try to give local business, and it's like either one wants to take advantage of you, or the other one's so late to the party. I didn't want to be not getting a ski. Because the super jets, they're only making 600 to 700 is what the David from Riva Racing said. That's worldwide. It's not a lot. Really cool. I'm real excited to get something that rare. Junior says, my dealer was told a couple of weeks ago they will receive 70 skis from Yamaha. They will get the lower models, like I told you. Those are shipping up first. All the new stuff that's redesigned is not shipping to November. Riva Motorsports is the top selling dealer of Yamaha in the nation. So that's another reason why I went with them. They're awesome people to deal with. But the other reason I went with them is I knew if I want to be one of the first people getting stuff, those are the people to do business with. No questions. Tristan, glad to help you. That's pretty. Michael says, I use all your how-to videos to install parts on my RXT, and now I just won a 2021 GP. I tell you, it's funny because I did when I was talking in the live streams about the GP or whatever, and I did a poll on my Instagram, and I could see who else said yes or no, and literally all the no people were SeaDoo owners. It's like, dude, other people want to see stuff. Just because you don't want to know what's going on, don't have to be hate. I just tell you, this is the. If I had all Sea-Doos and I saw what that new dash looks like, which is already on the FX, which I've been telling people when they try to ask about if they should get an RXT-X or not, I said the best one to compare is the FX SVHO. Look at that touch screen, or it's not touch screen, but it has a button, but it has a LCD screen. It's awesome. And I cannot wait to have it in the GP. It's going to be really cool, real futuristic. And you got the Sea-Doos, not making fun of anything, but stating facts. They're using a Can-Am side-by-side, and the same as the Can-Am, the Spiders, the same dash because it shows headlights. It's a jet ski. It obviously doesn't have headlights. It's kind of silly that that's why I tell you, everybody thinks they're all making stuff like its own thing for one thing. BRP uses a bunch of stuff, like, for example, like the fuel tank, the gasket they use, that goes for the fuel tank, like for the RXT-X, RXP X. It's the same one used in the Can-Am side-by-sides. It's the same part, the gasket and stuff. And people don't realize they want to have a bunch of stuff. It goes all between a bunch of models, not something that's all using its own parts. It just, for them, it wouldn't make any sense. If you think they're all making stuff specific for one ski, I'm just want to state the facts. You're wrong. It doesn't even make any sense. No, the intercoastal waterway is not flooded again. It was flooded with an elephant. Yamaha or Sea Doo, somebody asked. Yamaha? Who said that? Who said Yamaha? Michael says the new GP Dash is sick. It's definitely cool. And you can get it in the FX models too. They said Beowulf, when the COVID clears up, some, I'll hit you up and we'll get to ride, brother. Peace. See you later. Yeah, the crazy thing, I don't even want to get about that stuff. I don't want to be, I want to come here and make people happy and stuff. I don't even want to get about the COVID stuff. I have some like cool news with that, but it's like, it's not positive news. I don't want to get people all worried about stuff. So I just don't even want to talk about it. Carlos says, if I recall, you had a spare tire carry on. Are you carry since that late night trailer that flat? Do you now carry a spare tire in your SUV? I have a spare on my Triton Elite. I have a spare tire at the time. The trailer stand broke, so it broke my stand, and that time I didn't have a spare tire, and that's I have to get one for my new trailers because it didn't come with one. But I have a spare tire because I put new wheels and tires on this trailer, and I think it's the same size, so I got like 2 spare wheels with that. So if you had to, I basically have. Yeah, I always don't go anywhere without a spare. People wouldn't realize that, and basically said, well, I'm off. It's late. Great stream. See you on the next one. Peace out, brother. See, I'm scrolling down. NASA GP gang. You got to see a lot of people, and I'm not trying to make up stuff. There's a lot of people leaving Sea Doo to Yamaha or Kawasaki. I can just tell you all the DMs I get and private messages are people saying I was diehard Sea Doo and they want the Kawasaki and Yamaha. And if people don't want to realize that, I'm telling you, I'm not making stuff up. I try to be as real as possible. I'm not here trying to sell you on me, doing work on your ski. I'm out here trying to sell performance packages, nothing. I'm just being real about this stuff. So maybe other people try to be real, like pro one thing because they're trying to sell something and make money off of it. You know, I'm not selling it except for the merch. That's about it. So, and I'm not even, you know, if you don't want to buy a really cool RXP X, RXT-X hat on Beowulf.com, it's your loss, not mine. Scuba says, Yami life. See. Yeah, call Patrick. You asked a bunch of stuff. Call up Amir Sales at Riva Motorsports. Tell him I Am Beowulf sent you, and he'll help you out. And if he's busy, because he's kind of, I think he's the head sales guy, he'll put you in contact with whoever. I know they're like really busy, but check them out and then kind of shop around. If you don't, I'm just telling you that they were the ones that had answers on other people. Either people want to price gouge. I had a bunch of dealers contact me, and some were trying to contact me, had no info. Some wanted to take advantage of me, and then, you know, Riva Racing has always been there for me, so they make my dreams a reality. Well, this has been somewhat of a positive thing. I knew making a CD video, it's going to be this bickering gets, I tried to make, I thought this would be really cool with info, and some people that want to act like they know it all. Patrick donated $1.99. Thanks a lot, brother. Super chat. Carlos did $5. Beowulf support. Thank you. I appreciate it, brother. That definitely does help the channel. I appreciate it. LK asked, what are your thoughts on the Spark Trix? So when I sold the RXP X, I was going to do, like, try to find a really good deal on a Spark Trix, do some videos with it, and immediately sell it. And the only one I saw that was a good deal, the guy had tons, like, he had almost $7,000 on his loan. And it was a 2018, and the thing had like 130 something hours. That was like, and it was only in the ocean. I was not going to spend the money on something like that. And then some other people were like selling them more than what they retail for. Thought it'd be cool. People ask a lot about it. I wanted to do videos with that, but I could not find one where it was a realistic price. I wasn't even going to plan. I was planning to just lose money with buying and return around. So I went in for like a month or a couple of weeks. I've been seeing if local people have a Spark trucks I could do some videos with. If anybody does, DM me. I'm gonna look at. It's kind of weird out here. There's people skis, but we're not all riding like other areas, and because a lot of things too. There's tourists and whatnot come through here. I don't know. I've been trying to ask a couple of people. There was somebody I knew had one and his sunk. So I'm like, that was a no-go. It sunk. I couldn't ride it. I'm glad I didn't ride it because that one would be on it when it sunk. But it'd definitely be cool. I just saw I had the money, so I thought it'd be cool to get a Spark Tricks and just kind of like surprise you guys. But there's no deals buying Spark Tricks, and I'm not overpaying for something like that because I basically want it for like a couple of weeks, and it'd probably be just easier if somebody let me use theirs. Junior said, besides the GP 18R, I'm going to get a second ski made. VX, EX are a must. Boarding set, speakers, and a price. Any suggestions? Yeah, you got the FX. I mean, it just matters what you want to spend. FX is pretty cool. I don't really even ride with somebody on the back, so an FX would be not for me. If you were tubing and cruising and the whole thing, that's the go-to ski. Scuba Steve says I have 93 hours in my 2018 GTR X 230 and it broke 2 times. Sean asks how many hours can you run the RXP 260 before you have to rebuild the supercharger? I know those 260s were different. I remember too when I had my 2012 Sea Doo Speedster 150 supercharged boat, the dealer kept on telling me it was like one dealer you could go to servicing that. And they told me if he didn't service, what was it, like 40, 35? Don't quote me. It's so long ago I had that because it was 2012 and I sold it, I think, 2013. They said if you didn't do it when you're supposed to and the supercharger broke, it wasn't covered under warranty. So you had to do the maintenance. You were getting like stuck into it. It's kind of like, I hate dealers like that. That's why I like knowing how to do all this stuff, because then you're not into the dealer doesn't have control over you. I do a little research. I don't want to tell you something, but I know it's the 260s. You had to do it a lot more frequent than the 300s. I think the FX Cruiser and the FXHO Little is different by the seats, but I may be totally wrong. And a few other things. Yeah, Sean, I hope that helps you. E5, I mean, everybody's different to be talking about seats. Somebody could be super tall, super short. A lot of that stuff, if you're like super tall, I'd be sitting and stuff. It's the same as like, if you're super tall and you want to go buy a car, you have to go sit in all of them to figure that out. Like, for example, you want a Viper, not everybody's going to fit in there. Or if it's Shaquille O'Neal, man, Shaquille O'Neal, he got limited. I think he's struggling getting on a jet ski. I actually like to see a photo of that. I think a lot of people I talk to are real tall. A lot of different skis really do make a difference. To me, I could fit on there and everything's going to ride different. It'd be like comparing like a Mustang, a Camaro, and a Dodge Challenger. They're all new age muscle cars, but I mean, they're drastically different. How they're going to sit, how they look, how they handle. You really can't say they're equal. Yeah, XJ said 17 years of innovation. Of course, the newer ones are more comfortable. Definitely. I mean, like we're talking the seat on mine, and I'll show you guys. Let me move the camera. So like this seat right here, this is like super grippy. Like I'm pushing my hand. Look at this. I'm pushing with force, and it's not moving. It's real grippy. Now you put your hand like this. Okay, I'm just sliding. Sitting there sliding. Put your hand like this. I'm pushing. It's not moving hardly. That's the difference. So I mean, I wouldn't. This it'd be if you really want to ride the extreme, you'd have this. Thus, when I designed the seat with Jettrim, the gripping material is where I'm sitting. If you had a girl in the back, you obviously wouldn't want to have that. If she's in a bikini or something, she would not be comfortable. And that's why I went with that. And if you look to the past seat I did with my RXP X was the same kind of idea. And then the same with these ankle mats that I just installed on the GP. This wouldn't be for everybody. If somebody wants to be riding the most extreme, you know, I got the handlebars, the most extreme, sponsons all the way down. I mean, this ski is made to be extreme. Ankle mats made a huge difference. But these are similar if, I can't really show because of the length, but this is similar if you've seen the videos when I installed the tray inside the stand-up. It's the same kind of idea, except for the stand-up, it's in the outside. So you're keeping your like your foot like this. Then this is to keep your ankle, like this would be my ankle sitting underneath this. So I'm not going up and down. This, it felt completely different because you're somewhat of a distance, not that much because this is thin, but you'll feel this really make a difference of having grip. So if you want to compare, like right now, if you want to compare, a lot of people like the RXP X, how like how their ear goes. This setup right here is 100 times better than how the Sea Doo RXP X comes. And I always thought that was lacking. And then, so I'm hoping Jettrim comes out like something like this for the new GP 1800R. This thing is amazing. This is, and you can see this mat takes up a lot of space. I had to take out the stock graphics. And the crazy thing is there is no photos online of this thing. So that's why I didn't do a video, because it's real complicated, like how you had to come down into this. And then you had to make sure it's exactly the same side on the other way. And you had to sand this down, and you can see, you can't see any of the paint where I sanded perfectly. And you get one try putting this down. You go, whoosh, and it's, think of putting graphics on, but 100 times worse. And once you put it on, it's gonna be really hard to get off. Let's see what Jet said. We'll donate the do hat, sell the Cowie and GP and Super Jet 2021, brother. Yeah, there's definitely what I'm gonna do is, and I should have talked about this earlier in the chat. I'll probably do it the next live stream to talk about. So I'm gonna do a giveaway to when I hit 10,000 subscribers, and I have a signed Michael Jordan photo. I'm originally from the Midwest, Chicagoland area. At the time, I had tons of Michael Jordan stuff. I've actually sold a lot of it. I got a signed photo, and I will give it away to a subscriber on one of the live streams once I hit 10,000 subscribers. So make sure you guys pass it along, share to your friends. Let's build it up, and then I can, on one of the live streams, I'll surprise and do, once I hit 10,000 subscribers, get away in one of the live streams. And I plan on doing like milestones, doing different giveaways with stuff like that, and maybe doing stuff, you know, like if somebody wanted to get a hat or something, do a giveaway with that. I got a bunch of new stuff in the works too, a new merch with some new stuff. Areas difference between Sea Doo and Yamaha. Too much. Way too much. All right, so we're at 1 hour and 30 minutes on this. Wow, man, time flies with this. I love doing these live streams because I think it's cool that everybody can chat amongst it than just me talking. I find it somewhat a little bit more funner to do than videos because it gets a big way of all of us connecting. People can see, communicate. And a lot of people have made friends on the live streams, which I think is really cool doing this. But like always, there's some trolls that just don't have a life. And move on. Don't mess with the Beowulf. A lot of stuff E5S. I want to try a GP18R, but why release them in the winter? Kind of dumb. It's just how it all works with the release thing, man. You're going into the next year model. It's kind of what goes on, and then it's still amazing they got stuff going on with the whole COVID thing. To be honest, you should be grateful that there even plants are working and people have jobs, American jobs, and all that. I think it's real cool. It just matters where you're at. To me, I ride year round. There's pretty much like maybe a month you can't ride. It gets a little bit too cold for the wetsuit, but basically I have like a month off riding. Pretty much I ride year round. You know, if you live up north, I mean, your winter's coming like in the next month. Devious says, I just did the ribbon delete and a bullet fell on my GP 1800R. I understand why you wear sleeves to protect your ink. Now look like I was hugging a badger afterwards. That's why I said on my Amazon store, if you go on there, they're these really cool. I actually pull them out. I know where I think I know where they're really at. These things are just awesome. Yeah, so these things they're I think they're fireproof, but the crazy thing, there's this has Kevlar in it. They actually show that you can take a knife and like scratch it and it won't go through it. So these things are pretty nice to put on, and they cover up majority of your sleeve and you still have your fingers out. And yeah, I did a lot of research and I love these things. I got something that's smaller that would be used for like if you're out in the sun and it would just tore up and got worn out. These things are like awesome. I actually think they go. Pull the fingers through. Actually, I think they go. I think I pull them in. Yeah, this is how they look. I had them inside out. Yeah, so they go right in there. Really nice stuff. They're on my Amazon store, and that is amazon.com/shop/I Am Beowulf. I will put it. Let me type it up so everybody doesn't get confused. There you go. I just put it right into the chat. So that's what it is. Patrick's all right, chat. Mr. Wolf, I'm out. I had a good night. Great stream, like always. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming to watch. Yeah, it's crazy. If you look at all the 2020 skis, literally every dealer is sold out. And it's going to be majority. These dealers aren't going to have anything to the end of the season. And if something gets even worse with a second wave, I mean, there is a chance that, you know, I don't want to jinx anything, but Yamaha might not come out when they are supposed to. It's kind of scary. I don't even want to think about stuff like that. But yeah, it can happen. Carlos asked, when are you going to be planning on posting new how-to or review videos? It's kind of on the schedule. Like, I don't even know. Let's see if I can show you guys. Where is it at? I have a flashlight. Actually, I think I can still show it to you guys. Hang on one second. Yeah, like I installed today this. I'll use the phone off my phone so you guys can see. All right, bringing inside the GP 1800R. All right, so and if you see my Instagram stories, I show about this. Let me make sure I'm showing you. Sure there's enough light. So the stock battery has has a vent because of acid, and it can have it where the vent's out right up here, and it can get onto the back of the ski. So this is a sealed battery that Riva Racing sells, and I just installed it. So I was going to do a whole install video, but in the reality, it's a battery. I thought it would be quite boring to watch a video of me pulling a battery out, and it's really hard to film because I'm barely putting my arms in there. I mean, it's like, I don't want to bore you guys with silly how-to videos. I was going to, like I said, going to do the one with the ankle mats, but because how complicated they are and you have to sand down your paint, I did not want to hear a bunch of people arguing about how they messed up doing it. And the same as, like, it's funny, when I did early on, one of my earliest videos, I showed how to install the speakers on an RXT-X, and I did that with no manual, no help, and I figured out how to take it all apart and made a video. And there's some people that said they can't figure it out. I'm like, dude, I didn't even have anything. Nobody helped me, and I figured out how to pull it out. And that's why, like, there's some people complaining. I've had one or two people that could figure out a panel came off, and I'm like, dude, I pulled everything up without even knowing how it came off. No manual, nothing. Yeah, no, Carlos, you're not going to see that. Junior asked, where's a good place to buy a two-piece wetsuit? 100%. I'll put a link right in here. Jettribe.com. There we go. Jettribe.com. Best wetsuits. All the riding gear I use it there from gloves to life vests, the goggles. I've been starting to wear a lot of goggles instead, just because of my contacts and when I go kind of submerging. Here's like the ones I wear without wearing a helmet. It's nice, they pop right off. Real nice stuff. And yeah, that's what I wear. I have to do a whole video. I got so much new stuff, Jettribe gear. They've sent me stuff that I've yet to do videos. I feel really bad. Because of last month I had the poison ivy, it's kind of put me behind on a lot of stuff. So I'll do a video showing stuff. I'll probably do a video showing all the swimming suits too. I actually got their swimming suit on right now. I can't even tell. They're real thick material, so it's not going to tear like a regular swimming suit. Real nice stuff. Check them out. They got a whole bunch of stuff. Their life vests are really nice too. Like this is their race one. I think they still make this one. This is the front. Then you hook the cable for your ski kill switch right there, and then you can do custom nameplate. It doesn't come standard like this, and it costs extra. So I got ones with that. Not all their life vests are like that. And they got these really nice grab handles, and they got really cool life vests for dogs. Actually, Pike, my bull terrier, is on there. He's the hired model for Jettribe. And not bad for a dog that's almost he's like, I think he was 8 years old when he did that, and he's almost 10. There is no. Usually they had a coupon code with it for me, and I don't think they've sending me anything. Call them up, Junior. The best thing to do is call up Jettribe to place your order and ask for Brittany with Jettribe and tell her that I Am Beowulf sent you, and you're on I Am Beowulf's YouTube live stream, and I guarantee you they'll hook you up with some type of deal. But you got to make sure you call, ask for Brittany. Tell you're on I Am Beowulf's live stream. He told you all about the Jet Tribe gear and you want to get stuff and you're saying when is they're going to do another promo code with Beowulf, and then she'll definitely hook you up. So give her a call. Best thing to do is make your phone call to place your order. Ask for Brittany. Sean asks how fast the 2021 GP 1800 are. They're all going to be the same speed stock. Yeah, check Junior. Definitely, he said he's going to color them out. Definitely color because they're like, I just got this really cool new cover they just came out with for the SXR 1500, and I was going to do this whole video with doing it. I have like so much stuff. I have a second YouTube channel, Beowulf Nation. That's where I'm going to be doing all the dog videos, any car related videos. I got stuff to film with doing that. A lot of people like seeing the dog videos of my 3 bull terriers. One's a puppy, 2 are older, and then Ragna, my Doberman Pinscher puppy. So I'm definitely going to be doing videos with them on there. And then I got some cool Jeep SRT content and how to install videos to do with that. I've been just, with the weather, we've had like a tropical storm that formed off like North Carolina. There's one heading up here. So there's kind of like rainy days. It's literally, I don't even know when I can ride because it's literally, I have it planned. It's a 0% chance of rain. And I got this really cool app that tracks lightning. And then all of a sudden I'm like ready to go. And then like this huge storm comes. I have to turn around and go home. And I think this one couple of second last video I just recently did, there was all this lightning popping up and I still went. I was just like, I had to. I mean, it's kind of crazy. For the rest of the week, every day is rain. High 70% chances of rain. Could it change? Probably. Chris asked, did Yamaha do anything different with the FX series for 2021? Yeah, they did change some stuff. I think the top part of the ski is different. If you watch my last video, you can see some details with some photos that people at Riva Racing and Riva Motorsports sent me. Yeah, but their wetsuits are really nice. Their riding boots are really nice. They got their life vests are awesome. Their gloves are really nice. They're all different gloves. I got just a whole different ones, and they have really cool, nice gear too, where they have a whole series of something where everything matches, like the wetsuit, your gloves, your life vest, the wetsuit. Really cool. And they even have some of them too where the swimming trunks match the wetsuit. Like I just got let's see, like I got this really cool thing too, like their towel. It's dirty because I've been using it, but they got this like really cool towel too, Jet Tribe towel. I like that with the silhouettes of the different jet skis. But then I got like, let's see, I've been showing this the last couple. Let me get one more. Like this is one that they just came out with, and I think they just came out with. There's so many different ones. They're all different colors. I think I got the same one, but a different color on and stuff. I have a whole bunch of, but like I said, it's really thick material. I love how they make their swimming suits. Sean says, yeah, I'm from Brunswick, Georgia, and the storm blew right by here. Yeah, no, it's crazy because it hit up, like when that last hurricane that came through here, really didn't have a lot of damage. I did a live stream and the power shut off and the live stream ended. Everyone's like, what happened to him? I couldn't get back on. And then the crazy thing is there was like a storm just a couple of days ago, and the lightning hit so close to home that all of a sudden it had this weird sounds from my house, and it power surge came in with a surge protector, blew my router where it just was dead. And then somehow it went to my new PlayStation 4 Pro, and it wasn't even on. It wouldn't turn back. Both were dead. I was like so pissed. I had to go buy another PlayStation 4 Pro. I was really not in a good mood about that. It really put me in a bitter mood. No, but it's crazy. So that storm, that hurricane, when it hit up way up north, like New York, New Jersey, it was like almost like 1.8 million people were without power. And then the crazy thing is, was it last week, the storm that hit Illinois and Iowa and destroyed it was like almost 40% of our crops were destroyed. It's crazy. There's this, oh man, real upsetting. And my parents were telling me they have a lake house up in, they're from the Midwest. They told me like these telephone poles were just like the whole rows were just broken like twigs. All these people were without power, and it was just like it was like a hurricane level storm, but way inland in the center of the Midwest. It was insane. Yeah, no, I got this lightning app. I'll pull it up just to show you guys this. It's on my iPhone. Really, and this is a must because I don't go out the Weather Channel, any of that. And this is really cool. These are all live lightning strikes going on. So if you look at right here, these are all live right now. And then I got this other app that I pay for that like tracks the radar formation and all that kind of stuff. Really cool stuff. Well, we're at hour 46 minutes. I haven't had dinner yet. It's 10:46. And my dogs are probably wondering, where did he go? So I hope this helped everybody. I just don't want to have like this bias to talking about not just Yamaha. I knew some info about the Sea-Doo and thought this is worth talking about. And then I'll do a whole nother video once they release what it is, what you guys will see if it's right. So make sure you check out the I Am Beowulf merch at IamBeowulf.com. Check out my Amazon store. Like I said, Amazon.com/shop/I Am Beowulf. Be driven to win. Be safe out there. Remember, every day's Earth Day. Peace out, Beowulf Nation.